brighten up those already bright mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lekter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Good morning. Welcome to Mornings at the Cabin. It's Thursday morning. It's plus 15. It's warm. It's finally warm. I think, I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, but summer is here. Hockey is over. Summer is here. Hockey is over. Brad Marchand is a crybaby. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I know there's
Everything is good.
Everything's
right
all right.
now.
Everything's all right. And like, I am not decrying Brad Marchand for showing emotion.
No.
At all. That is the top of the mountain. That's exactly where you want to be. And that's absolutely right. He said it's a heartbreaker. It's our dream was taken from us. Easy up there, Brad. You've got a cup, and you got a World Cup, you got a gold medal. You're doing all right.
Also, nobody feels sorry for you.
No one feels sorry for Brad Marchand. Why should they?
Imagine that.
Well, there are people on the internet, on Facebook, who are like, come on, guys, he's showing emotion. That shouldn't be a bad thing. It's like, no, it's not a bad thing to show emotion. It's just that it's Brad Marchand who slew foots and sucker punches and licks people every game. This is what he does. He's an agitator. He wants to be hated, and then at this moment, he wants to be sympathized with. No. Sorry. Not going to happen.
He just shows too much.
Just
he shows so much more than emotion.
That's right.
Throughout the season.
He also shows just how rat-like he can be.
Immaturity.
He's a very talented player. What are you going to do?
Very talented.
The St. Louis Blues winning their first Stanley Cup in franchise history in 53 years or something like that?
Yeah, 1968.
68. I was at 51
season.
years. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
If they could do it, the Leafs can surely do it. Same amount of time. One more year.
Let's not go nuts.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Up on the board, there are a few things that we've talked about. Usually there's
we haven't discussed them at all.
Haven't really discussed them at all. I want to start with Lekter apology.
Okay.
What's going on?
Okay, so you remember yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I do remember yesterday.
Do you remember yesterday? I have a foggy recollection.
I drifted in and out.
So I'm going to make it even more challenging for you. You remember last week?
Oh, God. Ooh, geez.
Right.
It was winter last week.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So Friday came in, and I had been to the comedy show the night before.
That's right.
Ollie was hosting, fantastic lineup of guests and comedians at Flavor Trader. And so do you recall Ollie describing a little incident where Nicole and I were some could be described as making a scene?
Were you making a scene?
It could be described that way.
Okay.
There was a seating kerfuffle.
Oh.
Basically, it was assigned tables. So because they were doing a whole dinner service, they coordinated, they took everyone's orders ahead of time when they bought their tickets. And it was a whole coordinated effort to, and basically if people switched tables, then they had to re-coordinate where meals were going, and something that they didn't really want to get into. So anyway, we arrived. We were told what our table was going to be, and I said that we were shown to our table, and there was a very well-known real estate agent sitting there in town. And I didn't say his name at the time.
And he said, "Get off my property."
But I feel like I made it fairly apparent who I was talking to anyone who's, a local in Yellowknife here. It was Shane and Karen Clark. We're sitting there.
How dare you?
Pretty much. How dare I? So I was making a joke about, how we were booted from that table right up to the front table, and it was all in fun. I was just making jokes. However, the other day,
oh my God,
received a card.
What?
A gift card to the Woodyard and an apology card from Shane and Karen.
Wow.
Saying something to the effect of, "We are so sorry. We created this scene.
Wow.
Please accept our apology. Here's a $50 gift card."
$50?
$50 gift card.
Holy
jeez. I felt like garbage immediately because
absolutely
again,
you should feel like garbage.
I made it sound like it was a big deal on the air because that's what we do on radio. We make things seem like they're a bigger deal than they are.
At least they're listening.
Sometimes we try to tell it like it is.
Or someone called them.
Or someone called them.
They are slagging you off on camera. You really were a jerk last night, apparently. Wow.
Lekter is pissed at you.
Wow. He's really treated unfairly.
So
about that.
So I felt pretty bad. Nicole feels even worse. So I sent Shane a message yesterday and said, Clarky, first of all, thank you so much for the card. Number one,
So condescending.
totally unnecessary.
Listen here, Clarky.
Listen here, Clarky. We got a couple things to discuss. Number two, we would be happy if we could have you join us at the Woodyard and help us spend this gift card
There you
because,
go.
like, it's totally unnecessary. We were totally kidding. It was not a big deal. It was funny how it played out, and then ended up us making a scene with them trying to find a new table. But anyway, Shane, Karen, you are incredibly lovely people. That was such an unnecessary but kind gesture.
Wow.
We're not mad. We're not mad.
What a massive backpedal.
Oh, right. Foot or microphone in mouth disease. I don't know what you call that, but
You're a lovely person. Inviting them out to spend that gift certificate, I would have been like, guys, completely unnecessary. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to go take this and eat lunch. That's incredible.
yeah. So I had to get that out of the way. Get it off the conscience.
You're using your newfound powers for evil.
I know.
Yeah,
I
'Cause
know.
You're just like, people are going to hear about this tomorrow if you don't move out of this seat. This will affect your business. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
That's
yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you should work in situations like that where there's
Right.
sales and there's reputations involved.
Blackmail.
That's right.
Yeah.
You should say things like, if you don't buy from us, our relationship is going to be very, very different.
I mean, that's the whole reason we started this radio station, right?
That's right.
Was just to basically like badmouth people and make them do nice things for us in
Absolutely.
return. Yeah.
Until we run out of good faith in this city and they run us out on a rail.
That's right.
Here's your gift certificate. Now get out.
That shouldn't take too long.
No, it shouldn't. Not with actions like that, Lekter. Get out of my seat, Clarky. Oh, man. Wow. Well, that'd be very nice of them to do that.
Yes.
You need to work on your delivery.
Apparently,
maybe.
yeah.
I have that same problem. Everybody takes me seriously when I'm like absolutely joking because I get very jokey with people.
Yes.
Even when I first meet them.
Yeah.
So people take it the wrong way.
You have a very aggressive sense of humor.
I do. Shut your stupid face. I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding.
But seriously.
Now, kids.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast was recorded before a sort of live, thankfully not in the studio, audience.
Joined by General Manager for Cabin Radio Industries, AJ.
We're incorporated, but yeah, okay.
Okay, industries. We're an industry. So a little while ago, I think it's a couple months ago now, that I was invited to speak to some kids over at NJ Macpherson about respectful communication.
What? Who asked you to do that?
Don't worry about it.
Who was the ironic jokester?
It was Regan Delisle, and is Lauren McGinnis's wife, and she teaches Montessori at NJ Macpherson.
Okay.
So I went to talk to her
So
class.
doesn't listen to the show.
A grade 3 class and a kindergarten class about respectful communication and just about like asking good questions and how to make it look like you're listening, basically.
That is an important skill.
It is absolutely an important skill, one that I have not mastered, but one that I will definitely teach kids because I know what it looks like.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
No, it was really cool, actually. They asked me some really great questions just about kind of like what I've kind of done and like how to ask kind of deeper questions, like open questions or closed questions, having open body language or closed body language, and things like that.
Right.
So it was really cool. I got to be there for an hour, and the kids were really awesome, and they asked some really great questions. And yesterday, Unky Lauren gave me a call, and because he had an envelope full of thank you notes.
Yeah.
Thank you notes. All of these, and he dropped them off here.
Made his second cabin visit in 2 weeks.
Wonderful stuff. And so all the kids wrote little thank you notes.
That's nice.
Very nice. So
Let's
I wanted
hear some of them.
I wanted to read some of them.
All right.
Thank you, Jesse. Name spelt wrong. That's fine. We won't.
With an I? Is it with an IE?
Yes, it is.
Oh, kids, he hates that.
Oh, yeah.
Here it is. Jesse taught our class about respectful communication, also body language, open body language, and closed body language. And there's a picture of me, very skinny. Thank you. You're welcome. And it's and the kid's sitting in cross-legged. He's crisscross applesauce. Thank you for teaching us, Jesse.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, that's how you cross legs.
Oh, I see.
Thank you from Iana. Thank you for teaching us active listening and about about your job and how you became an actor and a radio person. And it's a picture of me, and it says, in high school, I did it. And the girl says, how did you become an actor? In high school. There you go. And then there's, on the other side of this picture, there is, oh, this is interesting. Ayanna, thank you very much for this drawing of apparently Halloween. There's a pumpkin, there's a person lying down on the ground saying, ow, and there's a person, it looks like there's 2 zombie arms coming out of the ground. There's a person above that zombie arm with the other person's arm in its hand saying, ha, ha, ha.
Oh, wow.
So, Ayanna,
Interesting.
What happened at that school?
thank you.
What story did you tell them?
I didn't, what? I told him about the time I pulled someone's arm off during Halloween.
Well, it makes more sense then.
That's right. Thank you, Ayanna. Okay, we'll read a couple more. I hope they're not as terrifying. This one, it doesn't, there's no, Jemiah.
Okay.
Jemiah, thank you for teaching us about closed and open body language. Also, thank you for helping us understand active listening. And thank you for
Active
telling
listening.
us about how you were an actor once.
Aw.
And then there's another picture of a graveyard and another person's arm ripped off. What's going on?
There's got to be some sort of context
There
you
is,
gave these
yeah,
kids.
and I can't remember what it is.
Kids don't just jump to zombies out of nowhere.
That's true. Thank you, Jesse, for telling me about the movies you were in, and thank you for telling me about booty language. It says it's body language. BOODY.
Great.
Thank you, Josh. So this is pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I'm going to keep these here at the cabin.
Absolutely.
I think. And yeah, these are pretty cool. So
Okay.
thank you. And there's another. Oh, it's my movie. It's the movie I was in. That's why. I was trying to figure out. I
I
couldn't
was
make
going to
that
ask,
connection.
were you in a zombie movie?
I was in a movie called Grave Halloween, and I told them about like the scene where I got my arm pulled off.
Oh my goodness. That is the most context we could ever get in this situation. How did you forget that?
I completely forgot. 'Cause
Here you are
I don't
making
know.
these kids
I was
sound
in that-
psycho.
Yeah.
I mean, also
Sorry,
very
children.
reasonable.
Sorry, children. Very reasonable that I even talked. Well, I mean,
Thanks for the letters, but you guys are weird.
No, I'm the weirdo. My brain is mush. No, I was in a movie and there's a scene where I was lying on the ground and I had my arms behind my back and they had a fake arm attached and then it was pulled off.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Cool.
called Grave Halloween. It shows on Sci-Fi every now and again. Check it out.
It's
So,
exciting.
how did you get onto that story with them? Were you
We were
there
talking about
around
movies.
Halloween?
We were talking
Oh,
about
it
movies, and I can't remember how we got onto that movie.
Okay.
But we got onto that movie somehow.
Obviously, that one really stuck.
It
Whatever
stuck.
movies you talked about, that was the one
Oh,
they liked
God.
the most.
Exhausted
I'm
all the
embarrassed.
others.
I'm actually I'm all warm. I'm just like I'm embarrassed. I'm
Well,
blushing.
I was kind of inspired by those kids' notes, and I work with you every day, and so I
Did you
I
write
thought
me a
I
note?
thought I'd make you a little card myself. I
Oh
was
my
like,
god!
this is
Oh my god!
So they
You're beat red.
Oh,
you are
I
beat
am
red
beet
right
red
now.
right
Read that
now.
one on the air there.
Dear Jesse, with no I, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks
Nailed
for being you. You're no Ollie, but you will too.
That is poetry. That rhymes. You're welcome. When's the last time you wrote a poem for me?
Never.
Well.
Never.
That's actually from all of us.
Here's a $50
Sorry.
Woodyard gift card.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for being you. Don't yell at me again. So that's very cool. Thank you, Regan, for inviting me to do that. And the kids at NJ Macpherson. Hey, if you're not listening, but hi, and thank you for that. And sorry for me forgetting that I told you about the movie where I got my arm pulled off, and there was just a series of disturbing pictures.
Scenes on the cabin.
William Wallace, we've come to fight and to die for you.
Stand up, man. I'm not the Pope.
My name is Fodrin, and my sword is yours. I brought you thus.
We checked them for arms.
My wife made it for you.
Thank you.
Him. That can't be William Wallace. I'm prettier than this man. All right, Father, I'll ask him. If I risk my neck for you, will I get a chance to kill Englishmen?
Is your father a ghost, or do you converse with the Almighty?
In order to find his equal, an Irishman is forced to talk to God. Yes, Father. The Almighty says don't change the subject, just answer the bloody question.
Mind your tongue.
Insane Irish.
Smart enough to get a dagger past your guards, old man.
That's my friend, Irishman. And the answer to your question is yes. If you fight for me, you'll get to kill the English.
Excellent. Stephen is my name. I'm the most wanted man on my island. Except I'm not on my island, of course. More's the pity.
Your island? You mean Ireland?
Yeah. It's mine.
You're a madman.
So I've come to the right place then.
Scenes from the cabin.
Know the movie? Submit your guest to mailbox@cabinradio.ca or send us a message on Facebook for your chance to win gift certificates to some awesome Yellowknife restaurants, including Zehebesha, Main Street Pizza, The Woodyard Eatery, Copper House Restaurant, and Java Roma. Listen to Cabin Radio every weekday to win, or download the Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Festival in Franklin coming up next week, Thursday night. Usually on a Friday night, but right? Was it on a Friday night last night?
It is. Yeah,
It's Thursday this year.
It feels like a Friday because the Friday's off.
That's right. Friday is off because it's Aboriginal Day.
That's right.
So Thursday night, Festival on Franklin coming up. That's the 21st, 5 o'clock to 10 p.m. Franklin Avenue will be closed for traffic. Onward for this solstice celebration. Come enjoy live music, street art, street food, downtown store sales, and more. Come celebrate the solstice and Yellowknife's great downtown. Of course, Cabin Radio will be all over it. All over it, right in front of the building. We got some things we're going to do. I'm not sure what they are, but
dunk tank.
Do we? Are we just letting people know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, dunk tank.
Well, we got to repaint the lines out there that finally faded.
Yeah, I was
like
I looked up there to why I was like, yeah. The winter took care of those lines.
Yeah.
Remember how you said those were like that was removable?
I
paint?
had so much confidence.
You were like,
we'll just put them here.
That,
They'll be gone in a week.
it was not.
No.
It was not gone in a
Nope.
week at all.
No, right
But-
through to December.
That's
I would
right.
say this spring.
yeah.
I could still see remnants this spring.
We'll figure it out.
So yeah, we got to reapply.
Last call for vendors tomorrow. So if you're interested in participating in Festival in Franklin, you can get a hold of them, and they're putting out that last call for vendors. So the deadline is tomorrow.
Correct.
So if you got a table, you got something you want to sell, some wares, maybe you just want to toss a barbecue down there and start frying up some steaks. I don't know if that's allowed. Probably not.
The street's shut down anyways. You
That's
might as well
right.
take advantage of it.
Yeah, right. That's what I love about Festival in Franklin. The street shuts down, and it's a lawless area.
It's Raven Mad Days. It was
Mad Days
absolute
wasn't
madness.
absolutely lawless. And some of that came back last year. There were some kids with some shaved cream all over them, some water guns.
There you go.
We had
Kids
a couple streakers come through the dunk tank.
That's-
I mean, fully clothed,
but
came
they
in and they kept hitting the button.
Hit the button.
Yeah.
Little jerks.
Not this year.
Well, they'll pay this year.
Oh, yeah.
Just scoop slam right into the tank.
Well, that's right. I'll just be standing right by the side of it, and I'll just stick my foot out.
Oh, that's harsh.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll catch them.
Throw them in the tank instead.
I'll throw them in a tank. That'd be fun, too.
We'll have a spotter to catch them when
That's
they
right.
go down.
There you go. So I got some listener feedback yesterday that you might like.
Oh, okay.
You don't want listener
Well, we
feedback?
can turn this
You don't
to
care what the
breaks,
listeners
really.
think. Okay, well, never mind. Well, yeah, move on.
No, tell us.
So Jason Mellinson, of course, was our Friday morning edition of Scenes from the Cabin.
You've told him
winner.
that he's not able to win for the rest of the year, right?
Well,
A year.
not in those terms.
A year.
Not in such certain terms.
1 year. 365 days. Actually, that's a good question. Before you go on, are we going to do that for the Scenes at the Cabin? You got to do like every 30 days or so?
Maybe, I don't know.
Or can you just win 5 times a week?
So many entries.
Well, because it's a
with every
draw,
game
right? We
that
do
I
a
don't think
draw.
it matters. Yeah,
right?
That's right.
It's not like the first person. It's a draw.
It's randomized.
Right.
Yeah.
So there we go. Okay, go ahead.
Don't worry, Jason. It'll even itself out. Anyway,
take
so
your name
he
out
won.
of
He won the Java Roma gift card.
Yes.
And so his wife Crystal came to pick it up for him yesterday, and so we were chatting a bit, and we were talking about the morning show, and she really enjoys. She listens every day.
Nice.
And she was saying my one complaint though.
Oh, God.
And I was
Complaints.
like, oh boy,
God.
here we go.
Oh, boy.
And she said, I think you guys should play less music
Whoa.
and talk more.
I
What?
agree. I absolutely
Yeah.
agree.
What would we talk about?
Everything.
I guess maybe we
All
could
right.
talk about how you keep mispronouncing Jason's last name.
How is it pronounced?
Melanson.
Melanson.
Melanson?
Yeah, it's not Melanson.
I don't know.
I can see him sitting there cringing right now.
He's
So
never
it's
corrected
Milan.
me.
It's a lot.
He's a very polite
What a
man.
He is
gentleman.
very is. Oh, no.
Jeez.
Yeah, Melanson.
Melanson.
Well, that's on me.
Well, the Melansons are huge friends of the show, huge fans of the cabinet. I've always pronounced your name
Yes.
right.
Maybe they don't want you to
Have
keep
you?
talking.
No,
I've
I've not. I've
definitely-
been saying Melanson this whole time.
Okay, well,
and
there
they're
we go.
just too nice to be like, can you not say my name properly, you dumb butthole? Sorry, that sounds right.
That's why they write in and go, "Dear Jesse" with an I.
Jason just messaged me on Facebook and said, my wife wants more talk?
Just over the radio,
Just
Jason.
over the radio.
Not at home.
From you.
Not at home.
Yeah.
Not from you. You just sit there looking pretty.
You keep it quiet. Let us do the talking.
Well, thank you for that, AJ.
And he just said-
I appreciate the correction there.
And I've been mispronouncing his name for about 10 years, he says. So, there we go. Melanson. That sounds a bit grandiose.
10 more years. 10 more years.
Melanson. Melanson. Well, that's nice. I like that. I'm sure some people are listening to us right now and going, oh, God, no.
Well,
no, not more.
It stood out to me because, for one, it's just something you never hear on radio. And
right.
for two, there was a specifically remarkable incident back on the old days, on the old station, when you and Ollie were doing the morning show.
I wish we had a recording. There's probably still a recording of that at that building. I should see if we can get it where we were talking. And we put out the call. We usually didn't take calls during the show.
Yeah.
And we put out a call.
Took a chance.
Calls. Took a chance.
Yep.
If you change your mind, they're the first in line. And the guy, we answered the phone, and I was like, hey, it's the morning show. What's going on? He's just like, yeah, if you guys could just, I'm just trying to get to work here and want to listen to some music. If you guys could just stop talking. And I was like, all right.
Did it work?
Yeah, it did. I immediately shut up because he hung up on
put the phone down and put on some Nickelback.
Yeah, here's some music.
Right. Here's the same song you heard yesterday at the exact same time.
Never made a real
Wise man. Look at this graph. Well, thank you very much, Crystal. Jason, you are huge fans, and we appreciate the support. And you, Melanson.
Guys, I'm going to write it down and how you pronounce it. Yeah.
Milan.
L-A-W-N.
Yeah, L-A-W-N. Yeah. There you go. M-E-L-A-W-N.
We'll work on it.
S-U-N. Milan.
Nailed it.
There it is. Perfect. Thanks, guys.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast. Hey, it was early. What do you want from us?
We're full of PSAs this morning.
We are full of PSAs. We got another one from Leslie Creed, or Leslie Ray, Nay Creed. Nay Creed. She is usually in here. She comes in every once in a while, talk all things horticulture, and just generally to hang out and be hilarious.
Pretty much.
Which she is. Yeah. She's not here this morning, but she did send us a message last night. She, of course, does the landscaping over at the Adam Dental Clinic, and she does a fantastic job over there. It always looks so beautiful. And she sent me this message last night, though, on Messenger. Jesse, can you do me a big favor? Can you please make a PSA that the cabbages at the clinic are ornamental and not edible? I get a lot of disappointed people when I tell them they are ornamental. Please do not eat the cabbages in front of Adam Dental Clinic. They are not edible.
It took me 6 hours to steam that cabbage, and it's still a little chewy.
Hasn't softened up a lick. That's pretty great.
That's all fair too. I mean,
who's disappointed? I guess
I'd be just cabbage is delicious.
Is it?
Yeah, but I don't typically get my cabbage from the dental office downtown.
That's right.
But if it was an option,
I mean, but that's the thing. Though.
I guess I could.
Maybe the disappointed people are like, "Well, you have all this space. Like, why not? Grow some food?" And then like a guy can walk by and grab a tomato.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
So
they're grabbing cabbages.
Get why people are disappointed.
Grabbing those ornamental cabbages. There's probably some ornamental gourds out there as well. This looks delicious.
Did you ever have someone in your life that just for some reason had those bowls of plastic fruit?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
No.
Not in my life. Like in other people's lives, and I'm like, I don't want this person in my life.
That's fair.
I don't want this. I don't want this fakery.
They're such a tease.
It's like, especially if it's like a gourd. It's like, here's a bumpy, warty gourd. It's fake. Oh, that could have made a nice soup.
It's like food in cartoons. Always looks so amazing.
We
can't have
and
that.
Miyazaki movies, it looks amazing. Miyazaki movies.
Calvin and Hobbes comics. That stuff that Calvin always hated. It's like, I don't know. There's something about that green lumpy stuff that looks really good.
It looks pretty good. Garfield comics as well. It always looked the same. It just looked like a loaf of bread, which was probably a meatloaf, sliced into 3 different slices, a pile of white stuff, which was probably potatoes, and something else.
Yeah.
And it always looked the same. Doesn't matter what he's feeding him. He's like, here's some lasagna, and it's like the same dish. No food and cartoons.
Bones in it?
Sustenance.
Sustenance.
Just sustenance.
Yeah. Here's a pellet of food. How far away do you think we are from feeding people to other people?
Here, I thought you were going to go with food pellets being our.
Well, I mean, that's what the food pellets would be made out of.
Yeah. Out of other people.
Yeah.
I hope a ways away.
Yeah.
Who can be sure, though?
I mean, who can be sure we're not getting them right now?
We are overpopulated.
I think we're one remote island away.
Yeah. Those omega-3 pills. Those are just juices that have been extracted from people.
This feels like
I think it's fish. I think it's fish you're looking for there.
Oh, yeah.
This feels like a throwback to intern Corinne's stint with us. That show topic just took
a hard left,
immediate
dark turn. Ornamental cabbage to eating people for sustenance. Yeah. It's gonna happen. Well, I mean, our number one protein right now is fish, and that we're killing the ocean. After that, it's going to be crickets. There's only so many crickets you can eat.
There's crickets. So many crickets.
I know.
Come on.
But after that, it's people.
All right.
Eat the rich.
Take it easy, Corinne.
No, let's eat the rich.
Do you want your Leslie Creed fix for the morning?
I do.
All right, turn up the news fader.
Oh, my goodness. Leslie Creed.
We don't have her on the line or anything.
No, I know, but put it up.
Just a little highlight.
You have to come over to microphone.
I have coffee breath, though. I have coffee breath.
There you go. Leslie's got coffee breath.
Thanks, Les. And yes, if you are out in front of Adam Dental Clinic, those cabbages are not for eating. They're just for show, which is not something I'd ever dreamed I would ever say.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.